Hey there, Saber friends. SpaceWindu here. I've been saberifying a lot lately, and this is one of the latest things I've worked on. This is for Bane, a gold, Farfalla Gold lightsaber blade for the string blade system from Plector Labs with the white flash on clash. Now, what happened with this one is I did not actually send Bane this particular yellow one, which is the newest. I sent him the Farfalla Gold number 2. This is Farfalla Gold number 3. And this one actually was made with different LEDs than the previous Farfalla Gold because the previous Farfalla Gold was unavailable. So I got these different LEDs, and I thought through the early tests that this was going to work exactly the same as my previous one, if not better. Usually when I make a new blade, it comes out better than the one before, just because I develop new techniques and have a better understanding of it each time, better, slightly better maybe techniques with the soldering and stuff like that. And I'm always finding better wires and using better materials. So with this one, although it's really awesome, the flash on clash is like exactly the same. Exactly the same, if not better than Farfalla Gold number 2. This main blade color isn't as bright, but maybe like 10 or 15%. So not like a huge difference, but I wanted my friend to get the brightest gold, so I sent him the Farfalla Gold number 2, which is, you know, pretty thoroughly tested. I've been using it here and there over the past few months, so I didn't need to test it at all before just sending that out. Once I saw that after building this over the few days that it takes to build a blade for me, that you know, I actually called another set of eyes over, had a friend come over, take a look at them both, and this one slightly less bright than Farfalla Gold 2. Must be because of those different LEDs that were replacing the previous gold, I guess, at the store that I shop at. Although, you know, this is pretty cool, very cool. Like, I'm totally satisfied with this. But like I said, I just wanted Bane to get the absolutely brightest one, since I felt like that other one was maybe 10%, 15% brighter. I sent on the Farfalla Gold number 2 to Bane today. So I'm just showing you guys this one. It includes 96 yellow 45-degree LEDs, 5mm size, wired in serial L class 3. So one thing I thought maybe was why it wasn't just as bright as the previous one. The power rating, when it actually came, the little baggie, was a little different than what is listed on the computer. So these are rated at 3 volts. So by wiring it in serial L class 3, it's a little on the line there. Could have put it in serial L class 2 and tuned my saber down a little bit to run it optimally. But what I did was with the warmer colors like yellow and red, you usually will want to wire for the 7.4 battery serial L class 3. So that's what I did. So actually the max power output here could actually be 9 volts, when in fact my saber, the most is putting out like 8.3, 8.4 at the maximum setting of the Crystal Focus LS, which is inside this saber. And what you have to do is to run the Crystal Focus LS at the maximum power of the battery, you have to set it to the maximum number, which is normally 1023 on my saber here, which has a prototype Crystal Focus LS. It's half of that. 511 is the maximum, which actually lets the full juice of the battery flow if it's set to 511. So by getting my pack as close to 9 volt as possible, this is going to be more equal to the Farfalla Gold number 2, which had a yellow rating, I think, of a 2.5 per LED. So when you multiply that by 3 for the Serial L Class 3, you will get 7.5, which is optimal for Bane's battery pack, because I built his saber, so I know what the battery pack in his saber pushes out, and wouldn't push out enough juice to properly run this one, but my saber did have the next size up battery. So mine can, you know, eke out that little bit of extra that might make it almost as bright as Farfalla Gold number 2. So I really love the flash on clash here. I have the setting on this sound font for blaster blocking to 0, so you will not see the segment go out. You just see the flash. You know, there's some other sound fonts that I have that mode enabled. But what I really want to show you is a sound font with a really fast ignition and retraction, because one of my friends been emailing me, Robert, wants to see really fast retraction in particular. So I set up font number 6. This is font number 5 right now.
What did you say?
This is that font by Lord Blako that's based off the Star Wars TOR expansion pack for the that features the yellow blade. So I just always like to show that whenever I have the yellow blade going. So font number 6 has a really fast ignition and retraction.
The dark side of the Force.
So it might not so much match the sound of the retraction anymore, because I altered that parameter to be fast, but it is super fast, and it doesn't necessarily match the retraction sound, as you can tell. But it is super fast, and it makes what that does, it makes the segments, you know, look less apparent. Okay, you guys, so that's basically it for this blade. I just wanted to kind of explain a little bit about that process, and how sometimes, you know, when you're building something, you don't know exactly how it's going to be until it comes out. I kind of had the impression that these LEDs with a higher power rating and a seemingly more robust millicandela, I think it's what it's called, micro candle, whatever it's called, that the light output was a higher number, that I thought that I was going to get a better result. And you can spend, you know, 4 days like I did building this blade, expecting a higher result, and actually come out with a slightly less than stellar result. You know, there's a lot of smoothness and evenness in this blade, but like I said, Farfalla Gold number 2 was actually brighter, because it's different LEDs. So when you're experimenting with the different LEDs, it can be very time consuming and expensive, because you're using your your products. You know, your DIN plug isn't cheap, your foam is hard to get, your custom saber shop blade parts and your LEDs are super expensive. So you know, you could experiment to see what you get, but it's costly, like in time and money. But if you have any questions, answer the questions for you. There's certain colors of LED that I'm really sure you can get great results with, because I know that the LED style is still available and stuff like that. So if you want to know about blue, green, or red, I know just the LEDs to buy. Sometimes with other like outlier colors like yellow or violet and purple, that gets a little trickier. So let me know what you think about this, and again, take a look at the fast retraction of this font. So that's pretty cool. And thanks for taking a look, guys.